like sports? Do you like beer? Do you love sports and beer? Then you're exactly where you need to be. This is the Huebs Views Brews show on 1252 Sports Chicago. Cheers.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome on in on Monday night, Huebs Views and Brews. You got to be doing better than Lance Lynn and the White Sox. Mike and I sitting here at our offices here in Lockport, and 5-0. Welcome to White Sox baseball. Huebs Views and Brews here, 1252 Sports, live from the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill, 159 in beautiful downtown Lockport. They canceled the car show way too early today, because it's gorgeous outside right now. A little bit of rain this afternoon. They wanted to make sure that they didn't have the people running around in the rain and the fancy cars in the rain either. So they canceled those a little bit early. We got a lot to talk about today. White Sox, Cubs. Cubs had won 4 series in a row until they went out to Los Angeles to play the Dodgers, and they played them tough every game. Played them very, very tough. Interesting game on Sunday. And then the All-Star picks. And the Cubs have 2 All-Stars. The White Sox have 1. I'm not sure quite how that works, but it did. And so we'll talk about some All-Star stuff, and we'll throw some Blackhawks in there because I don't know if anybody's going to buy tickets. They might just give tickets away for the Hawks next year because maybe the Wolves will get bigger crowds because they are Calder Cup champs, and the Blackhawks are just trying to, I don't know, if you're trying to tank, you're off to a really good start. So we'll talk about that much more. We got some beer talk. I was at the Naperville Ale Fest the other day. Unbelievable. One of the best fests I've been to. It could be that I had a lovely woman with me. Linda was with me for her first beer fest. We had a great time talking about some of the beers, also some other things. We'll do that in the second half of the show. Mike's going to join me in a minute or two. But it is Huebs Views and Brews. And this is a Don't Blink from Skeleton Key Brewing. Skeleton Key Brewing, great place in Woodridge. They had this just last week. I stopped on in, had a couple of them, and then bought a 4-pack. And I figured this was a perfect beer to start the show with today. I say start the show with. I do have another one, which is also from them. So we'll see if I get to 2. But this one pours great. It's a Scotch ale, and I love it. This is one of my favorite beers that they make. 5.7 alcohol by volume, a Scotch-style ale. And if you're someone that's tried, like, let's say, Killian's Red or something like that, you would love the Don't Blink from Skeleton Key. I love it. Really good stuff. Always good, always tasty. They're cranking out great beer. They're open after the Father's Day tornado from last year. They're all set. Everything's are good. Emily told me they will have the deck ready before the end of July. That'll be great. Wonderful place right there on Lamont Road. So lots of stuff coming up in beer. We'll talk about that and much, much more. Mike's actually just watching. He's counting his money sitting on the other side because he wagered on the Indians on the money line tonight, and a 9-run over 9, and it's 5-0 after the first inning. So he's doing well. Sox have sent 6 guys that'll play in the first 2 innings. That's pretty bad. So the White Sox did win a couple games. They had a homestand. They go 3-4 on a homestand with Minnesota and Detroit. You can't do that. You can't lose 2 games to Detroit in a 4-game set. You can't do it. Not if you're trying to win. Now, I look at it and I say, and I said 2 weeks ago, that the White Sox just break up the team. They're not going to beat anybody. And of course, what do? They just hang around. They hang around. They're on an 8-game trip in 7 days before the All-Star break. Okay, they play Cleveland for 4 games, a doubleheader on Tuesday, and then they play Minnesota for 4 games. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday in Minnesota. We'll see what happens. But both of those teams are ahead of them, as are a bunch of other teams in the wild card standings. I don't know if you checked, but the White Sox are currently behind Cleveland and Baltimore in the wild card standings. That's right, Baltimore. The Orioles have won 8 in a row, and they take on the Cubs in a couple of games starting tomorrow night. So we'll see how the Orioles do, see how the Cubs do. But a lot to talk about with baseball. You're supposed to win your home games in all sports, basketball, football especially, baseball. The White Sox are 41 and 43. Currently, they're 19 and 25 at home. Sucks would be a good word for that. Blows would be a better word for that. 3 and 4 in the homestand, as I talked about, just absolutely brutal. But when you are at home and you struggle against guys named Bo Brisky and Drew Hutchinson, you're a team that's supposed to be able to put runs up on the board. You're supposed to be homering. You're supposed to be running the bases. And this has been a brutal performance by the White Sox so far this season. They got a tremendous outing on Saturday from Mike and my favorite pitcher on the White Sox, Johnny Cueto. Johnny Cueto goes 8 innings, or into the 8th inning. He's got 8 quality starts in his 10 games. He went 6 innings, and he's pitching so well for the White Sox. And La Russa was just fawning over him the other day. He's a guy the White Sox wish they had at the very start of the season, because he's a guy that shows you at 36 years old, he runs the stadium stairs from foul line to foul line at Guaranteed Rate Field between starts. Maybe he's showing some of these other guys. Michael Kopech, who actually pitched okay on Sunday after they came out and had to check on him because he may have tweaked his knee or his foot. Jeez, he was fine. There was nothing wrong with him. He went 5+ innings. Sox finally ended up getting a win. Kopech didn't get the victory. When I talk White Sox, I should drink heavily. And that's a perfect thing to do when you're watching White Sox baseball. Because they're absolutely brutal. Dylan Cease, we'll talk a lot more about Dylan Cease as my guy Mike slides on in. That's nice about having these
these little wheelies.
Yeah,
that's pretty nice, huh?
Yeah. So I'm not nearly as tall as you this week.
Not this week. Yeah, last week you were 11 foot tall.
Yeah. Next week
You were Yao Ming size last week.
Next week, hopefully, we'll have our regular chairs, which are comfortable. These are pretty damn comfortable. They're just very low.
Yeah, they're low riders.
Yeah, yes, they are low riders. So the White Sox are struggling. We've been talking about this for the last month.
Yes,
because they've just been a team that has been struggled throughout. Yesterday, though, it's funny because not many people talk about Tony La Russa making a nice play yesterday. A nice move.
Tony La Russa made a nice play.
A nice move.
Nice move. What was the move?
Gavin Sheets had homered earlier in the game.
Yeah.
There's runners on base late in the game.
Yeah.
And what does he do? He pinch hits for Gavin Sheets with A.J. Pollock. Pollock gets the hit, drives in the game-winning run.
Yeah. Listen, the one thing about A.J. Pollock is his past supersedes him a little bit because he's always been that guy that's always been banged up, been a little
always.
He
ties in perfectly.
Even with the White Sox, with the White Sox, sure, he's been banged up, beat up a little bit.
Yeah.
But when he's healthy, the dude's a gamer. He
Yeah.
can play.
He's a really good player.
He's a really good player when he's healthy. Hopefully, you needed that fire starter. You're lacking that type of person on this White Sox team.
Well, yeah, and you get a nice big win, so you go to Cleveland, and what do? You give up 5 runs in the first inning.
There you go, baby.
And you and I we're not watching it on TV.
Right.
So I was looking at it on Gamecast on the White Sox site, and it was infield single, and we saw a broken bat
single up the middle.
Unbelievable. This is typical White Sox baseball. Lance Lynn's not getting hit hard, but he also was struggling, walking people.
Again,
Can't do
this is
that.
the third start in a row.
Yeah.
I mean, last week, you and I were sitting there bullshitting back and forth.
Yeah.
And it's the same exact thing, guys. We've seen this over the last 3-4 starts of Lance Lynn where he cannot find the strike zone.
Yeah.
It's going to become an issue. It's already become an issue.
Yeah.
Where again, tonight, 5 runs in the bottom of the first. What are you doing?
I know.
What are you doing?
And this White Sox team doesn't score 5 runs very often.
No.
So it's very difficult for them to come back. And more stuff from Bob Nightingale. Bob Nightingale is a great follow on Twitter. Bob Nightingale always seems to be hooked in to White Sox baseball. I don't know if it's Jerry Reinsdorf he knows or if it's Kenny Williams or who he knows. We'll talk about a Bob Nightingale comment in a minute or so. But the White Sox just seem like a dead team. And I posted a tweet the other day talking about, have you seen a team more dead than the White Sox? They just seem brutal, so bad, but then they're 41-43, and baseball's a long season. They played, going into tonight's game, they played 84 games. So just over halfway into the season. So you have a long time to do something. The Braves, everybody keeps bringing up the Braves. Yeah, they were bad last year, under 500, and things got much better. The White Sox have that capability. They should be able to do this, but we'll have to wait and see. Couple other things I want to talk about before we get to some of the all-star stuff and other things, because Jeff Passan talked about that. Let's talk about the Bob Nightingale thing, because there were reports that said there have been a lot of whispers of unrest and cliques and a lack of player leadership inside the clubhouse, tearing apart this talented team. That was what we saw in Bob Nightingale's column yesterday.
Right.
Okay. Bob Nightingale tweeted today. Let me see here. Of course, I got it on my thing. I got it on my phone. I saved it. Chicago White Sox president Ken Williams about their underachieving performance this season, reminding them of their talent, but that it was time to focus and pull together. No one was absolved, from the players to the staff, for the team's woes.
Right.
Now, it's great if he would have put that together with this.
Right.
But Bob Nightingale is a skilled professional writer, and he knew he had other stuff to save and throw it out there. Now, Kenny Williams must be the guy he knows.
Somebody he knows somebody.
He knows someone. But the thing is, someone needed to step up and kick this team in the ass.
Right.
And Tony La Russa came in this year, or last year actually, but Tony La Russa came in, and everyone said he's an old guy. How's he going to deal with this year's, this kind of players? Maybe they shouldn't have had him deal with the current players. Maybe he should come in and been the hard ass he was before.
Right. Well, the fact of the matter is, though, okay, you've seen this team now for the last 3-4 years. It's almost been the same, almost identical team for the last 3 to 4 years. High expectations going into each and every single season. Yeah, when it first was acclimated and was put together, it was okay. You got to give it a year to let it gel.
Yeah.
After that, it's okay. We need to be a playoff team. You guys were a playoff team. Now we're at that point where it's win or bust now. And if you're not doing what you need to do, then it's time to do something else.
You always got to go to the next step.
You don't want to be stuck in the baseball hell that the Cubs were. I'm a diehard Cub fan. We were stuck in baseball hell there after that 2017. Okay, fine. You still got your core group of guys,
right.
Bryant, Rizzo, Contreras, Baez. You still had your core group of guys. But it was different. Our guys were healthy.
Yeah.
They stayed healthy.
Yeah.
The Sox can't stay healthy if their life depended on it.
No.
So you got to figure out something with what's going on with this White Sox team, whether it's, hey, what can you get for Eloy right now? Can you get anything for Eloy at this point? All right. Out of all the pieces on this White Sox team, who is a viable trade candidate? Who can you trade to get something back in return to make
almost push? No one? It's got to be someone out of the pen.
And is somebody out of the pen?
Yeah.
Can you get anything for Eloy?
I don't know. Because he can't stay healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah, he cannot stay healthy. And
Pollock, maybe if Pollock can stay healthy.
Yeah, not much. No. So it'll be interesting. The trade deadline is the first couple days in August.
Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up very quick.
Yeah, very, very soon. So we'll see how that goes. I was looking at the standings today, and could all 5 American League East teams make the playoffs? Now with the playoffs, you have the 3 teams, the 3 division winners,
right,
and then you have the wild card. I'm looking at it today. Right now,
play-in.
Right now, the Yankees would be in, Boston would be in, Tampa would be in, Toronto would be in, and right now, Baltimore is only a couple games out of a playoff spot.
It'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
Wouldn't it be interesting?
Wouldn't that be crazy?
I would love to see it, actually. If the White Sox aren't going to go, I'd love to see it because I love the Baltimore team with what they're doing and all these young guys. I'm a big fan of Trey Mancini. Saw him play in high school or in college at Notre Dame. That would be awesome. It would be so cool to see that.
Now, it would be cool and bad for baseball. I
don't think it would be.
I think it would
As a
be.
baseball fan, it's like, holy shit, I've never seen this happen before.
No, I understand that.
You know?
But for the rest of the teams in baseball,
Yeah.
having the East have 5 of the 7 teams in the playoffs, that would not be good.
Yeah. Okay, I could see that.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah, they would. So basically, it would be them. If Seattle fell out of the wild card spot and Baltimore jumped in, your wild cards would be Boston, Tampa, Toronto, and Baltimore. Everybody except the Yankees, who are 15 games up, which is just absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
You want to, even know it's even more disgusting, right? Everybody's talking about how good the Yankees are. Okay, and they have been fantastic since the word go this season. How piss poor have the Angels been?
I know.
They had a hot streak there where they were neck and neck with the Astros at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
And then just completely nosedived.
Well, Trout was hurt for a while.
Trout was hurt.
Yeah.
And then they lost Rendon.
Yeah.
And they still have 0 pitching.
I know.
It's like, what did you? Oh my god!
They just finished a 1-8 stretch.
Worst.
Yeah.
They have the worst record from May 25th.
You saw that too.
Yeah.
May 15th time.
May 15th. So they won like 17 games or something like that.
They've been absolutely brutal. It's been them, and it's funny that the Cubs are on that list because, like I said, the Cubs just got done winning 4 out of 4 series in a row. No, but it was surprising they were on that list of teams that have played so poorly since May 15th.
Right.
When they've won 4 series going into that Dodgers series. And they played tough. You got Bodie back.
Oh, yeah. Bodie, yeah.
And one of your favorite guys makes the All-Star team in Hap.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're not a fan of him either.
No.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna
say this, Alex, if you're listening, I hope you are. Revenge season my ass, Alex. He still stinks. Ian Happ stinks. It's bullshit. He's a big fish, small pond on this team.
So we talked White Sox.
Well, there's I still got some more things to talk about the White Sox.
Go ahead, because we got a ton of White Sox.
Yeah.
I got a bunch of other baseball stuff
to
talk about. Because like Kyle Schwarber, a guy I wanted the White Sox to look into in the offseason. A left-handed hitter, 28 home runs. All he does is hit homers.
The entire AL Central needs a big lefty power bat, and they fucking let it go. Anyways, I want to get on this. All right. Everything's gearing up for the All-Star break here coming up next week, right?
Yes.
Everything's gearing up.
Yeah, we got a show next Monday.
There's a couple snubs here and there. Dylan Cease is technically one of these snubs. I know that you have a paragraph down there.
Well, you and I are the least surprised that Dylan Cease isn't there. In 17 games, he's 7-4, a 2.45 ERA.
Great ERA.
92 innings, 153 strikeouts, a whip of 1.23. Okay.
Right.
His wins this year, out of his 7 wins.
Is hysterical. Now, guys, listen. His wins this year.
Okay. Well, he's beat Tampa and San Francisco. Oof. 2 teams that are over 500.
Okay. 2.
Even though Tampa just got swept by someone the other day.
Yeah, they got swept by somebody really stinky.
Yeah, bad. Yeah.
Baltimore.
The Reds, no, I think it was the Reds. I don't know. But anyway, his other 5 wins out of the 7, 2 against Detroit. He's beat the Angels, Kansas City, and Baltimore.
There you go, guys. So 5 of this guy's 7 wins come against teams that are below 500.
Yeah.
Every time he faces a team above 500, he gets shellacked.
Yeah.
I mean, legit.
He can't win. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Now, he's got a better WAR, more strikeouts, and a lower ERA than 2 of the Yankee pitchers that are going to the All-Star game.
Okay.
Than Cole and Cortez.
Got it.
He's better in all of those spots. The Yankees did not need another All-Star, okay? They got enough of them. You got Judge, you got Stanton, you got all these, you got 3 pitchers.
There's a reason that this team has won 50 games already this season.
Yeah,
they're closing on 60 already, Fred.
Right. But
all right. You want to know why? Because it's a team full of all-stars. That's why. Every single one of those, you could start every single player on the New York Yankees right now, today, tomorrow, next week, whenever, to be your starting lineup for your all-star team, and nobody's going to bat an eye. It's one of those things. Nobody's going to bat an eye about it.
Because we got to see on a national basis every game in the Yankees-Red Sox series. Because if it wasn't on ESPN, it was on MLB Network or it was on Fox. So every game you get to see.
It's the biggest rivalry in sports. There's no other rivalry.
Now that I don't work for ESPN anymore, Mike North, it's the Eastern Shore. What the hell did he call it for? Now I can't remember. But it was basically all they want to do. They always want to show Yankee stuff. It's Yankees, Red Sox, Yankees, Red Sox. You'll see every game Every single game they can
Decent
put
sports
on.
promoting network, right?
Basically.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous. And I cannot stand that we always get to see all them. Then I'm watching some baseball, and it's hard to believe that there are so many bad teams out there.
Yeah.
Detroit's struggling. Baltimore's getting better. But there's a lot of teams in baseball. When I was growing up, they used to have an American League and a National League. And I would not be against that because next
giant division.
Next year, they're having the balanced schedule. And I read up on it, made sure I knew what I was talking about. The balanced schedule, not as bad. Instead of 19 games against every division opponent, you're playing 14. You're playing every team in baseball. You're doing all that. That's great. That's wonderful. And people say, well, maybe this will be easier for the American League East. You're not playing all these games against the East. You're getting to play everybody else. Wonderful. Everybody gets to see the Yankees. Everybody gets to see the Red Sox, all that stuff. You'll have a 3-game series with the other teams, and they alternate year in and year out.
Right.
That's cool. That's fine. But I just I'm watching and I'm looking at this team, and I love watching baseball. I love watching what they're doing, but you look at it and it's just so much of the East Coast bias.
Yes.
Okay. And that's what it comes up with ESPN. It comes up. Yes. And a great point came out on the way here. I was listening to Waddle and Sylvia at ESPN 1000.
Okay.
And they're talking about how they don't want A-Rod and Roger Clemens in the Hall of Fame. But during the ESPN broadcast on Sunday night on the K-Rod,
they have them every fucking day.
But on the K-Rod network, because they have an alternate viewing thing, which is all really cool if they did it right. They had A-Rod talking to Roger Clemens for 45 minutes. 2 guys that nobody wants in the Hall of Fame, but they're great players that played in the game. I mean, there's so much ass-backwards stuff in Major League Baseball. Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. Put Clemens in, put Bonds in, put Sosa. I don't care. Put all these guys in. Everybody did stuff. It's just certain guys got caught. Certain guys were better with steroids than other guys.
Well, yeah. Mark McGwire is one of those players for me.
Yeah.
I mean, he is not. I mean, he doesn't have 3,000 hits. He barely has 500 homers.
I know.
His average stinks. His RBIs stink. The reason why he would be a Hall of Famer is because he has 500 homers. Mm-hmm. The whole reason.
Yeah. I know you have other stuff, but let's get to the All-Stars. Some more of the All-Stars.
Yeah.
Jeff Passan listed. And Jeff Passan's a great writer.
He is.
He's got great opinions at ESPN. He
gets a lot of shit, though.
He listed 17 players that were snubbed for the All-Star game. Carlos Rodon.
Yes.
Your favorite guy who you have in every one of your leagues, Ty France.
Yes.
Okay. Gaussman, who's pitched very well. The White Sox handled him. Austin Riley, who just lit it up over the weekend against the Braves for the Braves.
That's
okay.
A big time snub in my opinion.
But he listed 17 players snubbed. My question is, how many freaking guys are you going to have in an all-star game? Okay. You can they already have too many. And they added Pujols and Cabrera
as
for
legends.
Yeah, which is great. That's fine.
I think
that's a wonderful thing.
That's great. Yeah.
That's very, very cool. The All-Star game coming up next week in Los Angeles. That'll be nice. It's funny, too, because it's going to be played at a time where the sun is going to be bothering all the hitters.
Right. It's going to be
great. The pitchers are going to just
right in the batter's eye.
Mow everybody down. Yeah. But there's always snubs. Okay.
Yes.
And that's what everyone looks forward to. Dylan C. snubbed. Tim Anderson gets voted in. Okay.
There are 3 other shortstops in the American League that I'd have started.
Bo Bichette,
yes. Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah.
I mean, the kid down there out in Texas, Trey Turner.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, come on. All these, I mean, I like Tim Anderson. He's great offensively.
You said Trey Turner. That's not right.
Yeah, the kid down there in Texas.
Yeah, but Trey Turner's in Los Angeles.
Who's the kid that? Oh, Seager.
Yes.
I'm sorry. They swap.
Yeah, I know.
Seager. Seager's having a hell of a year down there in Texas as well. There's a couple different guys out there right now that are playing really, really good at their positions.
I know. Paul was talking about you drinking your twisted tea and your fireball.
Shut up, Paul. All right, let me do my thing. All right, but no, like I'm being honest though. Like Tim Anderson, although I got Tim Anderson on 3 fantasy baseball teams, he is fantastic
as a
offensively.
Hitter. Yeah,
fantastic. Yeah. Thank God. Thank the heavens.
Yeah,
I am not charged by the dumb fucking mistakes this guy makes at shortstop.
He makes a lot of them. He did another one today.
Yeah.
He went to flip the second. There was no one there. He was laid on the throw to first. And guy gets on base.
The more and more, and like I said, I'm not trying, guys, I'm doing this for a living. I'm talking sports for a living at this point, where I'm at currently. Okay.
If you call this living.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I am. I'm living, baby. Just see Fireball talking sports.
Uh-huh.
All right. But the more and more I watch Tim Anderson, okay, I have to watch the Sox and have a relative mindset to where it's okay. Yes, as much as I'm a Cub fan, I cannot hate the Sox anymore. I got to talk to White Sox day in, day out.
Sure.
Right? Tim Anderson bothers me. He really, truly does. Because for Tim Anderson to help your team, he has to bat .410 with an on base of .485
because he can't.
Because he's that bad defensively.
He can't do it. And everybody, when he makes a nice play, everyone says, "See, he's good."
Ooh,
No, he's not good. He has 10 errors. Javi Baez also has 10 errors at shortstop. These two guys are both. They're very, very good.
It's a night and day difference.
It is, but Javi's yesterday. If it wasn't for the first baseman for the Tigers, Javi threw 3 balls in the dirt. Torkelson scooped a couple. We had Clemens, Roger Clemens' kid, scooped a couple earlier in the series. Javi's like, when he has time, he screws it up.
Yes.
When he doesn't have time, he's doing really, really well. But I'm the same way with TA, and people used to get all over my ass. They go, "What don't you like about Tim Anderson?" I go, "His defense."
Yeah.
And then they say, "But I said, "No, I know he hits, but it's his defense. And he's not been getting on base early." That's when Tim Anderson plays well, the White Sox do well. And Tim Anderson is not doing well right now offensively.
Well, I saw
nearly
there
enough.
was a stat that pulled up earlier in the game yesterday afternoon when I was watching them. Or earlier this morning. I was sitting over at Nick and Ivy hanging out with Paul a second. It was he's back from vacation finally. So I was hanging out with Paul a second. And we were sitting there. There was a stat that
he deserved a long vacation.
He did. Paul, you deserved a long vacation. I'm glad you're back, boo-boo. All right. But we're sitting there and like I'm watching the bottom line. Paul leaves. I'm still watching the bottom line, having my beer, and it's like guys that are struggling right now.
Yeah.
And Tim Anderson over the last 30 days is hitting like 214.
I know he's brutal.
He's not. He like even his offensive output right now is not good.
Since he's come back from being hurt, his
last
struggling.
30 games. It's 30 starts. Not him on the DL. His last 30 starts is hitting like 214.
Yeah, and
you got to have more out of that.
And they're not playing him as much as he should be playing. Tomorrow, the Sox have a doubleheader. I'll guarantee you he will not play both games. I'll guarantee you right now he will not play both games.
I can see that.
I don't ever want to see Lurie Garcia at shortstop again. Listen, I don't have a problem with Lurie Garcia. He is what he is. He's a fill-in. He's a guy like that. But you need to win these games. Tim Anderson needs to be out there.
Right.
And I'm not sure if he's asking for time off or if they're just giving it to him. But
well, I mean, they're on this thing where you got to save your legs. Matt, what is the score of the Sox game?
It's currently 4-5 Guardians.
Oh, I'm already at my 9. All
right,
baby,
you got
all
your
right.
9, but it's over 9, right?
It's over. I got the over at 9. I'm already at 9, so I'm okay. As long as the Indians win, Paul and I net some cash.
Yeah. Maybe Paul will give me a beer if I went over to Nick and Ivy after the show.
Well, you and I were talking about this too. This is something that, and again, it's old news because we've been saying it the last couple of weeks. But how I'm losing my breath on it, to be honest. How long have I been saying you have to be strong up the middle defense?
Oh my God, team forever. You've been saying this since I met you, but
you
it's one of the biggest
things.
It's
you have to be.
Yeah.
If you go back, and I was telling a kid, Tony Kowalski, this kid is all over all the White Sox pages. I met him. I interviewed him when we were up there for the Cubs and Sox game. When I was up there. He's hysterical. He's awesome. Blood in, blood out, diehard Chicago White Sox fan, right?
That makes it tough.
It does. He's like, I don't know. He's like, what the hell is going on with this team? He asked me. I was like, dude, I'm being honest with him. Look at the last 15 years of baseball. What team is weak up the middle? Catcher, shortstop, second base, center field. There's
always
not one.
White Sox. Yeah.
There's not one team that's weak. The Chicago White Sox, they're weak at catcher, shortstop, and second base. Their only strong suit is in center field, and they're not letting him run full speed.
And he's not there all the time.
And like I said, did you see the MVP play he made the other night?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he called off Adam Engel.
Yeah.
And then he missed the ball. I know, absolutely brutal. We're going to take a break. Some of our sponsors, including our guy Paul from Nick and Ivy, and all these things. I may finish this Don't Blink from Skeleton Key, but I got another one from Skeleton Key, Hellas beer in the fridge here. We come back, I want to talk a little more baseball, and then we're going to get into some other things too. I got beer talk coming up. We got a lot going on. Fred and Mike, Huebs Views and Brews here on 1252 Sports.
Be right back.
Hello, This is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the Fat Mike Chicago Sports Show as well as the 1252 brand because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend. Or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's Nikivy brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Darren, licensed real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group in Homer Glen. Are you looking to buy or sell? Have you been disappointed in the past? The Jonathan Darren team with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group focuses on providing you with a concierge level of service during the process of buying or selling. We are a service-oriented team with a fresh and professional approach to selling real estate. Our goal is to combine knowledge, skills, and passion to exceed our clients' expectations, and most of all, we truly care. We are a knowledgeable real estate team focused on offering expertise and innovative solutions for our clients. The Jonathan Darren team has 5 full-service real estate brokers and a dedicated full-time marketer servicing all of Chicagoland. We will customize a detailed plan around your timeline for a sale, purchase, investment, estate, or other needs. Real estate transactions can be stressful, but don't need to be. Let us handle it for you. Visit our website, homesbyjdt.com, or call 708-308-1938 today. Expect better in real estate. Choose the Jonathan Darren team.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
All right.
And we're back.
Yes, we are. Back here, Huebs Views and Brews. Mike joining me here. Mike's got his shows coming up on Wednesday, and lots going on here at 1252 Sports. We are live at the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill, 159 studio here in downtown, beautiful downtown Lockport. And it's so beautiful that they canceled the car show. But anyway, I'm sure there's a lot of people out here.
You know, when Paul told me that earlier, he's like, when I saw it, I was like, I looked up the weather.
Yeah.
I'm like, the closest fucking store was in Kenosha.
Yeah, I know. But you know what?
What are we doing around
Some
here?
of those cars are so nice. They don't want the cars open if it's going to rain at all.
It's not acid rain.
Well, no, it's not. We're not in Seattle or anything. No, that's not the case. I had a couple more baseball things for you. The Cubs did win 4 series in a row.
They did.
Before they went to Los Angeles. And they jumped on the Dodgers yesterday. They scored, what was it, 5-6 runs in the first inning?
Craziness.
And there was like 17 runs scored in that game in the first 3 innings.
Yes.
And then the Dodgers end up winning, as the Dodgers are want to do.
The Dodgers just win.
Yeah.
The Dodgers just win. And that's the
Freddie
reason why I
Freeman
hate
going deep.
It's talk
opposite
about
field.
Talk about a snub.
My God.
Talk about
Freddie
an all-star
Freeman?
snub.
Yeah.
Freddie Freeman.
He's been there enough.
Come on. Freddie Freeman is a stud.
He is. He's unbelievable. There was the last week, there's been a whole bunch of stuff that he wasn't given the offer that the Braves, his agent didn't give it to him and all this kind
I've
of
heard
stuff.
multiple reports saying it's bullshit, saying it's true, saying
I
it's
know.
bullshit. Like,
I
well,
know.
I don't know what the deal is.
I don't either. And it gets to the point where I don't care anymore. Right. He plays great. Dodger Stadium's a great place for him to go oppo.
Sure.
And he does it so well.
Yep.
Going to left center with his left-handed swing, it's great.
You have no idea. Like those type of hitters, guys like Freddie Freeman, guys like Aaron Judge, where they put the shift on him and he goes oppo.
Yeah.
You have no idea how much I appreciate those hitters because I miss that type of baseball.
Well, who used to do it for the Cubs is Rizzo.
Yes.
Rizzo would go left center all the time. And my former partner on ESPN 1000, also on the Score, Mike Murphy, years ago, he actually had a tape wheel and went all the way out to left center. The sign in left center is not where it's really short there. The sign says 368.
Right.
It's not where you think it is. It's not it's like a lot shorter in left center at Wrigley Field than the 368.
Really?
And Schwarber knew it, Rizzo knew it, and they would hit home runs there. It was perfect. And they would do that quite often. It's great seeing guys go the other way.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool. This happened earlier this year when the Cubs played the Braves and Wilson Contreras brought the lineup out and William Contreras, his brother, brought it out. They are going to be starting in the All-Star game. And it's the first time brothers are starting in the All-Star game since the Alomar brothers, Sandy and Robbie, back in 92. That's awesome.
Yes.
Now, Williams got added because Bryce Harper's out. So William Contreras is going to be the DH. He's hitting 277, 8 homers, 40 RBIs. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Happ's numbers. Ian Happ's on the All-Star game. Come on. Weren't you excited, Ian Happ?
No.
For your Cubs.
I'd much rather see Freddie Freeman in there.
No, Ian Happ.
No.
Don't you want to see Ian Happ as a Cub fan?
No.
Come on.
I don't. Watch him do what he does all the time and never produce a productive out. That's what I see him do all the time.
Have you ever noticed his elbow pad is different than ever? His elbow pad looks like a football player's elbow pad. It's the one that's sectioned, squares that are sectioned instead of the hard shell.
Oh, no,
it's very, very cool. He's got a nice elbow guard.
Oh, there you go. That's why he's in the All-Star.
There you go.
He has a nice elbow guard.
You know what? He worked his ass off. He's working hard. I mean, he's got a good
Big
coffee
fish,
from what I understand.
small pond.
He's got a good coffee from what I understand.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know.
Yeah.
But those are the first brothers. The Kyle Schwarber thing bothers me a little bit because a couple of years ago I said the White Sox don't need Kyle Schwarber. All he does is hit homers.
Yeah.
But now I'm saying the White Sox.
I wish we had Kyle Schwarber. That's all he does is hit homers.
That's all he does is hit homers. He got 28 of them. And if you think he couldn't hit more at Guaranteed Rate Field, you're wrong. He'd hit more homers at Guaranteed Rate Field. I've said this guy's name 3 times to you today, and you corrected me every time. So the pitcher for the Miami Marlins.
Sandy Alcantara.
Okay. 7
Alcantara.
7. I know.
I even dick it up now. Yeah.
So 7 or more times. He's gone 7 or more innings each of his last 12 starts.
Stud.
That's what a pitcher is in Major League Baseball. You're supposed to get on the mound, take the ball, and go. And he's gone 7 or more in each of his 12.
What has happened to balls in fucking baseball?
God.
These pitchers nowadays, they can't get through fucking four and
It's
2/3.
brutal.
It's
Absolutely
terrible.
brutal.
You know, like, okay, I'm a big guy with the fantasy baseball and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Every single one of my fantasy baseball pitchers, besides Justin Verlander, go fucking 4 innings.
I know.
It was like, are you serious,
Not
bro?
getting any wins.
Like, are you kidding me right now? You guys stink.
Yeah.
All right, it's this kid down there in Miami, Sandy Alcantara. He is pitching his ass off.
He had a great game yesterday. I was watching some of the highlights on.
What a matchup.
Yeah.
What a matchup. He went up against Taiwan Walker.
Taiwan Walker, yeah.
And that was a rubber match, man. Taiwan Walker, completely resurgent year.
Yeah.
Him going to the Mets.
Having a great year.
Finally, with some offense behind him. I got him on my fantasy team too, by the way.
But that was an extra inning 2-0 game.
It was a great game. Great game.
So neither one of them got the decision.
Neither one got the decision.
Still.
But I mean, both these guys pitching their ass off. But Sandy Alcantara has been absolutely unbelievable this year for the Marlins.
Okay. Albert Pujols. He's a guy that Cub fans hate.
I don't.
You don't hate him. Okay.
I don't hate him.
He tied Stan Musial, which it's funny. Ted Williams he always was looking at the standings for one guy, Stan Musial.
Jordan Maggio.
And Musial, Pujols ties him for the all-time extra base hits record. He's 3rd in the history of baseball.
Wow.
Albert Pujols.
I didn't know that.
Awesome.
That's a good stat.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Unbelievable. So cool. And Pujols, I think it's really cool that Pujols and Cabrera go in. It's not like it's the guys that are out of the game.
Right.
They're still playing.
Living legends still playing.
Yeah.
Right.
They get put in. That's great. The Orioles winning 8 in a row. They're 43 and 44. The White Sox are 41 and 43. Sox are
Go
2 under.
Orioles, baby.
The Orioles are a game under, and now they come to play the Cubs for a couple games.
Yep.
Two-game series.
They'll
I think
beat up
starting
on my
tomorrow.
Cubbies.
This pissed me off the most in baseball over the last couple days. Whit Merrifield, a guy that a lot of people thought.
Man, this is bullshit.
Well,
Yeah.
a guy that a lot of people thought could be coming maybe to the White Sox, maybe to the Yankees, wherever. He's
Very
a guy that
versatile.
can play a couple different positions, okay? He did not play today. And that snapped a streak of 553 games that he played. 553 consecutive games for Whit Merrifield.
That's over 3 seasons.
And the next closest now, the Iron Man now in baseball, is Matt Olson, who's played in 221
It doesn't
games.
even sound right.
Okay.
It doesn't even sound right.
Whit Merrifield plays in 553 games, and Tim Anderson, coming off an injury, can't play 2 games in a row. He won't play both games of the doubleheader tomorrow. Baseball is pampering these guys like ridiculous. Do you give them oranges at the end of each game?
I don't know what
Oranges
to do,
and
honestly.
juice boxes? What the hell is
Team
it?
ticket for a Gatorade and a hot dog?
It's brutal.
And what do you do?
Absolutely brutal.
And you know, listen, it's not just the White Sox. It's every.
Oh no,
team.
it's everybody in
It's
baseball.
every team. Look
I
at-
know, but
I
the
don't
Royals, Whit Merrifield says, "Listen, I want to be out there. I want to bust my ass and be out there and
Right.
try and help a bad team." The Royals are awful.
Yeah,
And-
they are terrible.
Yeah,
The Royals are a terrible
553 consecutive games for Whit Merrifield. Why are there not more guys that say, "Listen, I want to be out there every day"? And I'm not sure if it's not the players. I think it's the general managers and the managers that are saying, "We need to rest you. We need you for later in the season." No, you don't. You need them every game.
Do you think they're protecting assets? Is that what
They think they are,
You think they are? Yeah.
but they still get hurt. The guy, look at the White Sox. They're still getting hurt. It doesn't matter if you protect them or not. It's so brutal. I mean, when AJ Brzezinski played for the White Sox, he caught almost all the time. And you got
AJ was
to
a stud.
be out there all the time. It's 162 games, right?
I fucking hate AJ.
Right.
I can't stand him. His attitude stinks.
All the people in Boston
The guy-
hate him too.
Oh my god, he's so good though.
He was ripping. I guess he was ripping the Red Sox or some of the Red Sox
hate him?
Yankees stuff
How do
on
you-
the
I
other
mean,
day.
I used to hate him when he was a part of the Sox because he drove me nuts.
I know.
You know, it's
I know.
good player. Great.
So there's a lot of great baseball going on. We'll keep talking about it here at Huebs Views Brews. We're gonna slide you out and slide in, Matt,
Yes.
because Matt knows his hockey.
Matt
Not that you
knows
and I
puck.
don't. Well, we don't.
I know some puck. I know some puck.
a little
but
bit.
this guy knows more than I do.
I just want to ask him one question.
Yeah.
Well, one or two.
Which works perfect because I gotta pee. So
That's good.
I'm sliding out.
So
Adios.
good. While you slide out, I'm going to open a Cold Fresh Joy. It is a Hellas beer from Skeleton Key. It's a Skeleton Key night for me. Okay, so this is my second. And again, these are like, I don't want to say lightweight, but they're really, really good. And it's really good stuff. And I'm looking at it, and let's see here. Come on, Matt, slide on in. 5.6 alcohol by volume. Brewed and packaged at Church Street Brewing. This was made when Skeleton Key was waiting for their place to open back up. So Church Street was allowed them to come on out there. They brewed all their stuff out there, and that's great. So this is a really good beer. And Matt's our hockey guy.
Yes, that is
And
me.
yes, you are Mr. Hockey. The one day you're not wearing a
The
hockey
one
jersey.
it is very rare.
Yeah.
I'm not even the hat either. Yeah, I didn't think about that one.
Mhm.
Messing up my image already.
Okay, Blackhawk fans.
Yes.
Are there going to be any after this season? Because they trade DeBrincat, they trade Doc, and then they decide not to offer deals to Strom and Kubalik.
Yeah, neither of them are. They went with who is that? Caleb Jones and Kurashev instead.
Yeah.
Because they're slightly younger, I guess.
Uh-huh.
I don't know, but it was funny because I brought it up to my roommate Kyle. I'm like, "Hey, home openers on a Friday." He's like, "We could probably get in there for like $20, no problem."
You
We
should.
could just
They
walk
should-
right up to the
Yeah,
glass.
they
at
should
this
lower
point.
all the ticket prices. There's no doubt.
It is. It's going to be echoey, I think, in the stadium a little bit. But I mean, if you never had money to go see them before,
Yeah.
you might as well see them now and relive like what the late 80s, 90s teams.
How did you feel about their draft picks? Because they drafted guys, they drafted young guys, they drafted.
They did.
They drafted what? Some offense and defense.
Yeah, it was mostly, from what I saw, defense and centers, at
Yeah.
least through the first two rounds.
Right.
I liked whoever. I like our second pick for 13. Or
Nazar, is it Frank Nazar?
Yeah.
Or Nazar.
I think
we'll learn how to say his name.
exactly.
This will be out there soon.
There's going to be no one else to call out on the ice. So, yeah, I think he has something there. They're all very young. From I've seen. So it's probably going to be a couple years.
Sure.
And then once they get here, we'll do the same thing. And like we did with the Brink and everybody and just give them away to somebody else.
Well, how much did it surprise you with the Strom and Kubalik thing? Because I understood the trades, but not offering these guys deals. And I know that Strom struggled for a big stretch last year.
He did. He was actually that one I'm not surprised with.
Okay.
Because he was, I mean, for a third overall pick, I think it was the Coyotes that originally drafted him. He didn't perform very well there, but that's Arizona for you. So, and then when he got here, he did slightly better, but I wanted to see more of him. So seeing him not get it, I kind of saw that one coming. Not so much Kubalik. I thought they were going to try to keep him around at least.
And Blackhawk fans, I would think Blackhawk fans at this point are like ridiculously upset because of all the tickets in town. I mean, Bulls tickets can be expensive, but Blackhawk tickets at the United Center. United Center are crazy expensive.
Yeah, and they haven't really come down nearly as much as you thought, but I think this year they're going to buck that trend and it's going to go down. I know a lot of people are pissed off, especially season ticket holders, and it makes me think it's a good thing I didn't even bother trying to get it yet. I'll just wait till it's
till the real cheap. Yeah,
essentially, at this point.
Because it'll be like, unfortunately, it'll be like a lot of other sports where you go to games because you want to see the opposition.
Exactly. Yeah. So we're going to see a lot more, which was funny because that's what I always did because I had some friends that live down in St. Louis. So I go and do the same thing. I think now we're going to see people coming in more than going out. So,
right. And it's weird too because, I mean, Kyle Davidson takes over as a GM. If you're Kane or Taves, what could possibly going through their heads?
Get me the hell out.
Are they both? Do you think they'll both be here when the season starts?
No, absolutely. I think Kane is going to request a trade specifically to the Rangers so he can play out one more season with Panarin. I think that
the guy that they should have never got rid of.
The guy they should have kept. Yeah,
God.
And I think they have a decent shot at the cup if that's what happens. Taves, I think he might want to go either retire just straight up as it is, or play up somewhere in Canada. Pull like a Duncan Keith, get closer to your family.
He's from the Winnipeg area?
I think so, yeah.
So I know that they used to make a big deal every time he would play out there. Kane's from the Buffalo area, but if he went to New York, that'd be perfect.
Yeah, he's not going to go Sabres, though. He's going to go New York still, but not.
I mean, the whole Panarin deal, and I at ESPN 1000, I would work with Mark Lazarus, who writes columns for The Athletic now. And he used to be with other papers and things like that. And when the deal happened with Panarin for Saad, I worked with him and he said, well, you know what? Saad's a great two-way player. I said, does he score 40 goals?
No, he doesn't.
He does not. So you don't get rid of a guy like Panarin. And it was brutal. And everybody that Kane has played well against or well with, they've gotten rid of.
Well, you know what? They did learn their lesson, though, by immediately trading another 40-goal scorer and the, breakout star potential entire future of the team away.
Yeah, I know.
For a lot less than they should have got.
I know. So, I mean, it's really difficult. It's going to be tough. It's going to be a long season. Bulls just started their preseason, but now you got the Blackhawks and it's just absolutely unbelievable. But not even to give qualifying offers. And that's like White Sox way. They didn't give a qualifying offer.
Come back and counter.
So they can't get anything
do anything. No,
right?
They're just completely unrestricted free agents.
Yeah.
Now, so
that's brutal.
Good job.
Absolutely brutal.
I think I read somewhere he's like, we're going to be strong. We know it's going to be a rebuild. We're going to go right into it. And they immediately just trip. And instead of getting back up, they just decide to, roll around in the mud for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
At this rate.
It's going to be really tough. And like you said, hopefully if they're smart, they would lower ticket prices for next year. Because otherwise you're not going to get people wanting to come.
No, not at all. It's going to be, at this point, just me, I think. And
I was going to say, it's a perfect time for you to join 1252 to talk about a really bad hockey team.
If you want to see a really bad team, or like this is what the future is going to hold for us, and we'll be good eventually, then now is the time.
Now's the time. Matt, appreciate you jumping on in.
Thanks for having me.
We're going to run a few more spots, a few more commercials here, And then we come back, it's going to be a little bit more of the beer stuff. We're going to have a bunch of beer stuff. We'll do that when we come back right here on 1252 Huebs Views and Brews.
Fozzie Football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball, or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game night. Fozzie Football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Megaplex Sports Complex is a 78,000 square foot center filled with hardwood and turf. They have baseball rentals with batting cages, softball, soccer, lacrosse, gymnastics, cheerleading, cornhole, basketball, volleyball, and pickleball. It also features a bar and grill with the best pizza and beef sandwiches around. They cater to events such as birthdays, graduations, corporate parties, as well as memorabilia shows. Check them out at Megaplex Sports Complex, 15301 South Bell Road in Homer Glen, 708-966-4210. Hey, welcome back in. Game on, a great place. Mike was there over the weekend. And by the way, if you're just driving around and it's early still, almost 8 o'clock, it is the 5th anniversary of our sponsor, The Whistle. The Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159. Head on over there. They're having a lot of things going on for their 5th anniversary tonight. They're open till 10 or 11 o'clock. Head on over. Tell them that we sent you from Huebs Views and Brews in 1252. Make sure you tell them, and they'll enjoy it. You'll enjoy yourself. Great place, great beer. They've got a Shiner sea salt and lime that I got to get over. I was going to try and get there today. I don't think I can make it, but we'll get over there. Wonderful beer. Sea salt and lime in a Shiner beer should be awesome. Speaking of beer, that's what we're going to do here for the next couple minutes, because the Naperville Ale Fest went on this past weekend over at the Naper Settlement. And for the last 6-7 years, I could never make the Naperville Ale Fest because I worked until noon. And by the time I would get out here, it'd be too late to Naperville. So I didn't go. This year, being retired, I decided I'm going. There's nothing that's stopping me. And I had 2 tickets. So I asked Linda, my girlfriend, and she said, yeah, that'd be great. She'd never been to a beer fest before. Saturday was the absolutely perfect day. It was in the mid to upper 70s, nice breeze, Naper Settlement with a lot of trees. There was a lot of shade, which was wonderful. They had chairs. They had Adirondack chairs so you could sit down and relax. Food trucks, 8 to 10 food trucks. Linda had the Happy Lobster. Of course she did. She paid for her own lobster. I wasn't paying for lobster for Linda. So she had her lobster, nice lobster sandwich. I went to Sausage Fest beer truck, and Sausage Fest had an unbelievable, you know how when you get a sandwich like a brat or a Polish and everything's falling out the side? Sausage Fest beer truck did their buns where they would put the stuff inside and then the sausage inside, and it would be like a pocket. So nothing leaked outside. It was a great, great brat I had. Wonderful time there. I saw Kevin from Black Horizon. They're celebrating their 5th anniversary this weekend. Saw James Ravnick from First Forest. They have an awesome beer called Space Cadet, which hopefully you'll be able to get soon. They had their Space Cadet and their OK Boomer. Their OK Boomer is great too if you can get on out there and get it. I saw Mia Reynolds and Kevin Herbst. They were pouring for Maplewood Brewing. Also, Mick from Miskatonic. He's going to join us next week right here on Huebs Views and Brews. And also John met his wife from Bubble House Brewing in Lisle. They were making some great beer. I had theirs beer too. Wonderful time. Tapville, which is located in downtown Naperville. And it's a thing where they give you a card, you walk around, you pour your own beer through machines. They had a truck out there the other day with 4 different beers, really cool stuff. I mentioned First Forest. The whole thing, when you got the glass, it had Solemn Oath and Noon Whistle on it. So they were this big sponsors of the beer fest. They had a great time. Linda tried. We walked around the whole place, had a bunch of beers. They gave you tickets. You could have up to 18 if the people wanted your ticket stub. Most people said, don't worry, just go ahead, keep drinking. But Linda had a Summerly, and anybody that knows Pollyanna's one of their staples is a Summerly. It's a wheat ale with raspberry in it. Linda had that. And she immediately goes, best beer I've had. Absolutely the best. So she went back. She goes, before we leave, I need to go back and get another. That was great. And we met a guy who running this thing called Sunset Sodas, all natural craft soda. Okay. Non-alcoholic soda, no artificial flavorings, no colors. He had a horchata root beer, which is the best kind of root beer I've ever tasted in my life. So if you get a chance, we'll try to get him on in the next couple of weeks. Talk about anniversaries. Okay, Skeleton Key's got their 5th anniversary. I'm sorry, not Skeleton Key. Black Horizon has their 5th anniversary coming up. The only reason I read it, I'm like Ron Burgundy. It's written down here, right here. It says Skeleton Key. But it's Black Horizon has their 5th anniversary coming up. I've seen their 5th anniversary shirts. They're awesome. Absolutely amazing. So their 5th anniversary shirts coming up. It's Saturday, the 5th anniversary of Black Horizon. On the same day, Oswego Brewing Company has their Backyard Barbecue 2022 from 11 to 11. Beer, bands, and barbecue. Should be a great time. Buckle Down Brewing in Lyons. A raspberry party pillow party. The pillow party is a nice beer that they can add a lot of different things to. They've got raspberry. It's going to be on tap. Goldfinger's 2nd Lagerversary is coming up on August 5th and 6th. They're adding an Italian Pilsner that was made with Bierstadt, Lager House, and also a lager with Live Oak Brewing. Should be great. Cannot wait to get there. I missed their collaboration with Hopewell Brewing. It's called Not That Far Lager. Cannot wait to get out there and try that. I mentioned Mick Dempsey from Miskatonic's going to join us next week. Funky Town Brewing, the guys from Funky Town Brewing going to join us in a couple of weeks here on Huebs Views Brews. One of my bucket list items. Okay, my bucket list items include going to Manchester United game. I've been to Munich. I've been to a game where Bayern Munich plays when the Chicago Fire played there a couple of years ago. One of my bucket list items, I told you I was at the Naperville Ale Fest. They had about 50 to 60 breweries. The Great American Beer Fest every year in October in Denver takes place. This year, October 6th, 7th, and 8th in Denver. Tickets go on sale July 13th. That's 2 days from now on Wednesday. 500 plus breweries. That's right. 500 plus breweries. The Great American Beer Fest. I'm not going to make it this year. I'm hoping for next year. But if you're interested, try and find them. Great American Beer Fest coming up this coming October 6th, 7th, and 8th. Tickets go on sale on Wednesday. I'm also trying to get Jeff Joniak on. Jeff Joniak, the voice of the Chicago Bears on radio. He's been a great guy, a great friend of mine for a long, long time. I want to talk to him about some Bears. Hopefully we get him on before the Bears training camp gets underway. And we're going to have some Bears training camp tickets to give away.
Yes, we got tons of those.
Yeah, a bunch of tickets to give away for Bears training camp coming up.
August 2nd, Carmen DeFalco and Mark Giangreco.
That's right. There we go. Right off camera here. We've got, Mike telling me Mark Giangreco, Carmen DeFalco, they're going to be right here. We're going to have all the chairs cut down to size. We'll all be at a normal height. Everything will be great. And we'll do that too. One other thing before we go, and that is probably 2 other things. I didn't even know. I had never heard of the U.S. Beer Open. But the U.S. Beer Open took place at Oswego Brewing in Oswego. Good place for them to be. And Ike and Oak and Woodridge each took home 3 medals. Oswego Brewing took a gold for a Belgian Saison. Also, they got medals for a German Hefeweizen and a Pilsner. And Ike and Oak, God, I got to go. I should go there right now tonight as soon as I leave here. They have a peanut butter fudge that they had. That sounds awesome. They have a fruit IPA and also a Maibach. They both took home 3 medals from the U.S. Beer Open. Other winners of the U.S. Beer Open, Maplewood Brewing, Moore Brewing, Microphone Brewing, and Midwest Coast, which is right near the United Center down in the city. So lots of great beer stuff going on. Always. There's always great beer stuff going on. This time of year, it's wonderful. A lot of anniversaries. A lot of people getting ready for Oktoberfest. You got the Lagerversary for Skeleton for Goldfinger coming up August 5th and 6th. Cannot wait for a lot of this stuff. Thanks for jumping on in today. We're going to do another show next week, right before the All-Star game. We'll be able to talk about the All-Star participants. We'll be able to talk about where the teams sit. The White Sox continue to trail the Indians in Cleveland. We'll see how they do. They got 8 games in 7 days against the Indians and the Twins. We'll see how that all plays out. And we'll do the yeah.
Derby hot pick giveaway for training camp tickets.
A what?
Home Run Derby hot pick giveaway
We can do that
for Bears training camp tickets.
because the Home Run Derby will not be over before we get out of here.
Exactly.
Yeah, next Monday night. So stick around next Monday night. We also have Mick Dempsey from Miskatonic will join us. He's one of the brewers from Miskatonic. Also, Funky Town Brewing coming up in 2 weeks. We'll get Jeff Joniak on the screen with us in weeks to come. We'll do all that and much, much more. Thanks for watching 1252 Sports. You can find us on our Facebook page. You can also find us on Twitch. You can find us on YouTube. And YouTube is great to find us, all of our past shows. Also, Spotify. You just want to drive around and listen to us? Yes, you can do that. Drive around. We're on Spotify. Just go to 1252 Sports Entertainment. You'll find us there. I'll be back next week. Mike's got a show coming up this Wednesday. We got a lot to talk about. Lots going on in Chicago sports. Thanks for jumping on in right here on 1252 Sports Entertainment.
Thank you for listening to 1252 Sports Chicago.